Okay, let's have the continuation of last class. Now we are moving into the troubleshooting of ECG machine. These are the particular thing we need biomedical engineers support to rectify this problem. Okay, so let's start. What kind of problem will be there? How we can troubleshoot in ECG? The first problem could be like the factors that affect impact trace quality, the factors that can impact the trace quality, because the ECG we will have traces of your waveform, right? So what are the factors it will have influence on this trace quality? First we should know in order to troubleshoot the problem. So first one is skin impedance, and then muscle movement, electrical continuity, electrodes and cabling. If the skin impedance it's not it's been reduced by applying proper gel or something, then automatically the acquisition, the signal acquisition is not proper, then the output, the trace quality will also affected. The muscle movement, well, it's another one reason. It means that the patient movement can create more noise or disturbance on ECG trace, so then it will be very difficult for the monitor to identify the current traces, so it will also again affect the trace quality. Electrical continuity, in the sense if there is any breakage in ECG signal path, it will stop the ECG signal acquisition from reaching the monitor. So the cable or lead wire, in case if it is not plugged in properly, it also may stop the ECG signal from reaching the monitor. Again it will affect the trace quality. Then the electrodes, the electrode is a mainly important, you can say mainly or important factor which affect the trace quality. Why? In the sense, the if you are not choosing high quality electrodes, if it is not in good contact with your skin or with with the proper adhesion and conduction, obviously it will affect the quality of traces. And cabling also we have to ensure without any breakage or we tear and wear in the lead wires or cables, because this also will affect the traces of the quality. So these are the possibilities of factors, or you can say the factors which will affect the trace quality. So once if you have a problem with this ECG trace quality, then you have to look out these 4 or 5 different set of factors whether it is in right. If it is right, then automatically the problem with related with trace quality will get rectified. Okay, so next one is like lead of error message. This is one of the is the next predominant error message that we will use to get when we are using ECG machine, that is lead of error message. So this, what could be the reason how we could troubleshoot this particular lead of error message? In the sense, again we have a 4 or 5 set of things. We have to check the electrical continuity. Equipment check also we have to do. Electrical continuity is nothing but we have to check all the electrode leads and ECG cable connections. If everything is pakka, then it is fine. Then we have to move on to equipment check. So equipment check means like maybe we may not choose the leads, because we in ECG we have n number of leads, like lead 1 to lead 1 2 3 AVR AVL AVF and chest leads. If you are not choosing the chest leads, then automatically it will show pop out the message like a lead of error message. So we have to check whether the lead is correctly set on the monitor. That the next one, if it is fine with that, then next we have to move on electrodes, whether the electrodes have been placed properly at proper position, or the electrode gel is there or not. If it is dried, then we have to replace the electrodes, and like that we have to do some kind of precaution. Okay, then electrodes also fine. Then we have to go for skin impedance. We have to do like a braid. The skin before we are going with this kind of measurements. Like we are braid in the sense, you have to like do some kind of procedure in order to increase your redness of the skin. That will even more increase the conductivity of property. It will decrease the impedance of your skin. Last one is cabling. As I said, in electrical continuity, we have to check the cable whether it is in a proper one or repaired one. If it is repaired, we have to replace it. So these are the things we have to look it out when you are getting lead of a error message. Then baseline wandering ECG artifacts. So these baseline wandering ECG artifact, we used to get it in display. The baseline is not like straight line, it will like wandering up and down. The reason may be again skin impedance, muscle movement, equipment and the cabling. We have to set these things before rectify this problem. Next one is AC noise, thick baseline. You may have noticed like the baseline will be more thicker than other PQRST waveform. This thickness of baseline is because of these following interference, like skin impedance, equipment, electrodes, electrical continuity, and main thing is muscle movement. It may be unreactable involuntary muscle tremor that will lead to the AC noise. You can see in ECG traces. And intermittent signal ECG trace, that mainly because of some kind of interference like a static discharge, the touch metal, that is the bed trail, that we have to remove before we are going with the patient contact. So because these will interfere highly and will have disturbance in quality of signals. Apart from that, we have to also check electrical continuity, skin impedance and cabling also. And the motion artifact ECG trace, this is like a inevitable one, but then we have to check muscle movement and skin impedance, interference and so on, because the motion is something like it's unpredictable, because we are taking the ECG for live patient. We can't make it like to be idle for more than 1 or 2 seconds or 1 or 2 minutes. So obviously the motion will be there, the movement will be there. So but we have to like make some kind of solution. We have to give some kind of alternative solution to reduce this motion artifacts by incorporating any kind of filters in designing aspects. But here in outside we have to check or we have to ensure whether the muscle movement is in under control, skin impedance changes, electrical continuity, equipment interference and cabling and so on. Low amplitude ECG trace, again you may have a problem. We have to check the following things. If you have low amplitude ECG trace, if it is a normal, then we have if it is any of these case, we have to recorrect it in order to make it a proper amplitude ECG trace. So these are the different possible ECG errors or the difficulties or challenge we will get when we are using or when we are operating the device. So in this way we have to do troubleshoot one by one, and then we have rectify the problem. Yes, thank you.